Arthur is happy about this too. So Arthur's going to have some money this weekend. Mary's not going to go out with Bruce. He's still in hospital. His injuries weren't serious, but the doctors have not allowed him to get up. He's going to stay in hospital for another 10 days. Again, Arthur's happy about this. The weather is good. It hasn't rained for 3 weeks, and the sun has shone all day today. Mr. Steele has just gone home. Arthur's locking the library doors. Mary's finishing her last letter. She's wearing a light summer dress and is looking very pretty.
Have you locked up, Arthur?
Yes, I've just done it. Oh, we can go home now, can't we? It was a busy day today, wasn't it? There were a lot of people in.
It's going to be a few minutes. I've just got this one letter. I've nearly finished it. There were a lot of letters yesterday, but I haven't had so many today.
That's all right. I'm in no hurry at all. I say, Mary, look, actually, well, are you doing anything this evening?
No, I'm not, as a matter of fact. Why?
Well, it's a lovely evening, isn't it? We can have a meal or something. It is payday, isn't it?
Well, what's the time?
It's 7 o'clock.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Mary. We can go to that restaurant by the river. It's lovely at this time of the year. We can sit outside. I expect it's still quite warm.
Oh, all right. But I mustn't be too late.
Oh, great.
We must both work tomorrow, mustn't we? I'm just going to give my mother a ring.
That wasn't a bad meal, was it?
No, it was lovely. That was very nice of you, Arthur. Now I really must go home.
Oh, it's only 10 o'clock.
No, Arthur, I must be off.
Well, look, Mary, what about Saturday? Would you like to come out with me on Saturday? Go down the river on a boat and have a picnic, can't we?
Today? That's the 29th, isn't it? Let's see. Here's my diary. Saturday, the 29th of June. Bruce. Well, he's in hospital, isn't he? Yes, all right then.
Oh, lovely. Let's meet outside the town hall at 2 o'clock then.
Yes, that's all right. Oh, look. There's Sheila and her brother Michael. Hey, Sheila. Hello. You too? Arthur, you haven't met my brother Michael, have you?
No, actually. How do you do?
Look, Arthur and I are going on the river on Saturday. Would you two like to come as well? That's a good idea. What do you think, Michael?
It's lovely. Look, Mary, we're going to catch the 10:15 bus now. There isn't another one for half an hour. You coming with us?
That's a good idea. Bye-bye, Arthur. Thanks for a lovely evening. See you tomorrow.
Oh, hell.
Starting out, ooh, ooh, starting out, starting out.
Chapter 14. On the River.
Arthur got up early on Saturday morning. He had a shave and put his clothes on. He went downstairs, switched on the radio. He wanted to hear the weather forecast. What was the weather going to be like? The forecast was good. Sunshine, clear skies, and high temperatures. Arthur was pleased about this. Then he switched the radio off and went into the kitchen for breakfast. After breakfast, he rang Mary up. He He told her the forecast was good and asked her about the food for the picnic. She asked him to do the shopping because she was busy. So Arthur went to the supermarket and bought some cheese, ham and tomato sandwiches, some pickled onions and some fruit. After that, he went to the off-license and bought some drinks. This weekend, of course, he had enough money for all these things. Usually, he is too broke. Arthur was the first. It was a very hot afternoon. After about 3 minutes, Sheila and Michael arrived. Michael had a picnic basket with a cold chicken in it, some French bread, and a bottle of wine. They waited for another 2 minutes, and then Mary appeared. She looked very beautiful. They all walked down to the bridge and hired a boat for the afternoon.
Who's going to row?
I can row first if you like.
All right, then I can steer. Yes. And you can sit in the front with me, Arthur.
Hey, which way are we going?
Let's go downstream to the island, the one with the trees on it. We can have our picnic there. It isn't too far.
Have you got enough room, Sheila? It isn't too uncomfortable for you, is it?
No. Oh, there's plenty of room for us both here, isn't there? The seat's quite wide enough. I'm not too big, am I, Arthur?
I suppose not.
Everybody comfortable? Right, off we go. What are those sandwiches like?
Very nice. Would you like one?
Please. Thanks.
Do you want some pickled onions?
Are there any?
Yes, there are some over there.
Have another sandwich, Arthur.
No, thanks, I've got one already.
What about some wine, then?
I've enough here, thanks.
What about Mary, Sheila? And me? We'd like some.
Oh, haven't you got any? Oh, sorry. Here, pass your glasses over. There you are. Thanks.
Thanks. Have you been here before, Mary?
Yes, I came here a fortnight ago, actually. It's getting a little chilly now, I think. It is. I'm not really warm enough.
Here, take my sweater.
Oh, thank you.
Perhaps it's time to go back now. It's a bit cloudy too, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's going to rain soon. Yes, let's go.
Hey, where's the boat?
Who tied it up? It was you, Arthur, wasn't it?
Yes. I'm sorry. Look, there it is, on the other side of the river.
Oh, never mind, Arthur.
The sun shines brightly in a clear blue sky. I hope it's gonna stay that way. For Arthur, Mary, Michael, and Sheila are gonna have a picnic. It's a holiday. Let's find a boat we can row down the river, and we can find a beautiful place. Let's take some food and a bottle of wine. We're gonna have a picnic. It's a holiday. Oh, look at the blue, blue sky. Oh, look at the sun. Everybody's sad because the sun's gone in. The sky is slowly turning gray. But Arthur smiles because he's thinking of Mary. Because we've had a picnic, it's a holiday.
Chapter 15. Learning to Drive.
Two small boys in a canoe brought the boat back to the island after about 3/4 of an hour. And Arthur rowed the boat back to the bridge. He didn't row very quickly because this time it was upstream, and Arthur wasn't very good at rowing anyway. They arrived back at the bridge by 8 o'clock. Because they were all wet and miserable, they went home immediately. Mary didn't even say good night to Arthur. When Arthur got home, he went straight to bed. The following morning, it was still wet, so Arthur didn't get up until 12 o'clock. Then he had lunch and sat in front of the television for the rest of the day. He didn't go out, and he didn't even have a shave. One of the programs on the television was about learning to drive. What a good idea, Arthur thought. And so the next day, he went along to the license office in his lunch hour and got a provisional driving license. Then he went to the driving school and made an appointment for his first lesson on Wednesday evening.
Good evening. My name's Newton. I've come for my driving lesson.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Arthur Newton. Here's the card. You gave it to me on Monday.
Oh, yes, that's right, Mr. Newton. I remember now. Did you get your license, by the way?
Yes. Here it is.
Good, that's fine. Do sit down for a minute. Mr. Taylor, your instructor, is out with another pupil at the moment. You're a bit early, actually. Ah, that's him now.
My God, Elsie, I had a terrible time with Mrs. what's her name? She nearly drove the car into a brick wall just now. Is my hair completely white? Hello.
This is your new pupil, Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor, Mr. Newton.
How do you do, Mr. Newton? Have you ever driven before?
Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill.
Bungle where the mighty tiger lies, taken by surprise.
So Captain Marvel zapped him. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you kill? Bungalow Bill. Hey, Bungalow Bill, what did you...
Oh, I see. Well, are you ready then? Let's go. Now then, did you ever learn about the controls?
Yes, I did. But I think I've forgotten them now.
Well, anyway, this is the steering wheel, as you know. And these pedals are the clutch on the left here, and that's for your left foot.
Oh.
The middle one's the foot brake, and the one on the right's the accelerator. You use your right foot for both the brake and the accelerator. This is the handbrake, and that's the gear lever. Okay.
I think so. But what's the clutch for?
When you put your foot down on the clutch, you can change gear. Now, start the car. Make sure it's in neutral first. All right.
Now?
Yes, go on.
Like this?
Yes. Now switch off. Well, you didn't do too badly that time. Now, try again. Put your foot on the accelerator and press down a tiny bit. Yeah. Switch off again. Now for the gears. This is first up here. Seconds down like this. And thirds up and to the right like this. And fourth straight down. Don't worry about reverse just yet.
My father's car didn't have the gear lever here. It was up here.
No, you mean on the steering column. Anyway, now try to start the car again. Put it into first gear and move off. But first check your mirror and put on your right indicator. That's the lever there. Are you ready? Now.
Starting out, ooh, starting out.
Chapter 16. Arthur buys a car.
Did Arthur learn to drive? Probably not, you may think. But Mr. Taylor's hair didn't go completely white, and in fact, Arthur learnt to drive without too much difficulty. He did not take his driving test 2 or 3 times. He passed the very first time, 6 weeks after his first lesson. So now he needed a car, but he wanted a cheap one because he only had about £200. By now, Bruce was out of hospital and back at work. Bruce is a second-hand car salesman, by the way. He sells cars at Middleford Used Car Mart, just round the corner from the library. One Saturday afternoon, Arthur put his checkbook into his pocket. He wanted to have a look at some good second-hand cars. He got off the bus at the police station and crossed the road to the car mart. There was a yellow sports car outside the showroom. Arthur looked at it for a long time. It was bright and shiny. The paint looked new.
I need a car like that,
thought Arthur.
I may have enough money for the deposit next month.
Hello, Arthur. So you passed your test. Congratulations. So now you need a car, don't you? What do you think of that one?
I must say it looks very nice. The only thing is that the price is a bit high. I've only got about £40 at the moment, but it's payday again soon.
Well, that's out of the question then. The insurance alone on this car comes to about £50 a year. And then there's the road tax. That's another £25. A bit too much for you, perhaps.
Yes, I suppose so. Yes, you're right. It is a little too much for me, I'm afraid. May I look at something else?
Yes, certainly, Arthur. We've got 1 or 2 inside. Come and have a look.
What about that one over there?
I can see you've got good taste. That's only 1,500. Not for you, really, is it?
I suppose not. I haven't got that much in my pocket today.
Never mind. What about this one? £60 deposit, 3 years to pay.
How much are the monthly installments? I may just have enough.
About a tenner a month, I should think.
Oh. Well, I see. What else have you got?
Well, we don't give cars away, you know, but I think we may have something suitable for you. Come on round the back for a moment. Now, what about this one here? I can let you have this for 100, as it's you, Arthur. £25 deposit.
How old is it? It looks a bit scruffy.
What can you expect for £100? It goes well, that's the main thing. It belonged to our mechanic, and he's looked after it really well. Charlie, come over here a minute.
You want to buy that, do you? You've got a bargain there, sir. Why not drive it round the block?
Oh, thanks. That's a good idea.
Well, Charlie, we may get rid of that heap of junk with a bit of luck. Don't forget, it was your car, and you looked after it personally.
I get it.
Doesn't seem too bad. It goes all right. I'll take it.
Chapter 17. Arthur goes for a drive.
So Arthur now has a car. It isn't a very magnificent one, but it seems to go all right. It's Thursday afternoon, and Arthur is working in the library. Tomorrow evening he will start his 2 weeks holiday and will drive down to Applefield to stay with his family. He has no money left to go anywhere else. He needn't go by train this time. He needn't spend money on fares, but he must, of course, buy petrol. Mr. Steele has gone home early today, and there aren't many people in the library. So Arthur's sitting behind the desk, and he's thinking,
This evening, I shall clean the car, check the tyres, fill up the radiator, and put some distilled water into the battery. Then I shall get 4 gallons of petrol. How long will it take to drive to Applefield, I wonder? It's only about 40 miles, so it won't take more than an hour and a half. So I shall arrive home at about 8:30. They'll all be surprised to see me with a car, won't they? It's a pity Mary isn't coming. She'll be with Bruce, I suppose. Oh, well, never mind.
On Sunday, Arthur took Jennifer and Sheila to Swanage for the day. They stopped and looked at Corfe Castle, about 5 miles outside Swanage.
It's a fantastic castle, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I like old castles, don't you, Arthur?
Yes, I do.
Come on, you two. Hurry up. They'll get to Swanage at midnight at this rate.
All right, we're coming. Now, where did we put the car? Oh, I remember. It's round the corner, isn't it? It's by that pub. By the way, shall we have lunch there?
No, come on, or we'll have no time at the seaside. Let's go straight on.
Shall I sit in front now?
No, I'll sit in front because I'm navigating. Arthur will never find the way on his own. Yes, that's right. It's left and then straight on up that hill. And by the way, look at your petrol gauge. We'll need some petrol in a minute.
No, we won't. That petrol gauge doesn't work.
Oh, how much did you pay for this car?
Well, personally, I think it's a very nice car. It's a lovely colour. Look! It says Swanage, 2 miles. We'll soon be there now.
Thank God for that. I'll be really glad to get out of this old wreck.
Well, why did you come then?
Oh, look! There's the sea. Doesn't it look lovely? I'm dying for a swim, aren't you, Arthur?
I'm a bit hungry, actually. What about having lunch first?
That's the first sensible thing you've said today. We'll have lunch at the Ship in the square. It's just round the corner here.
Where shall I park? It says car park full, and there are yellow lines on this street. I mustn't park here.
It's Sunday, you idiot. It doesn't count.
All right, I'll park here. Let's go.
I enjoyed that meal, didn't you?